Go on.
Welcome to the Xbox
Hi.
Games Showcase
Who are you?
Extended. My name is Tina Amini,
Hi,
and I'm
Tina.
here to dive a little bit more into the games you saw at our recent Xbox Games Showcase.
Okay.
Showcase featured 27 ambitious games, all coming to Xbox. Games like Clockwork Revolution from In Exile Entertainment, Fable from Playground Games, and from our partners, Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft Massive in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, and Kunitsugami,
Presented by
Path
Cohh,
of the Goddess from Capcom. Today, we'll take a closer look at some other games from our showcase lineup and introduce you to some more games too. We've got the game director of Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment breaking down the game's trailer,
Okay.
and the game director of Hi-Fi Rush from Tango Gameworks is here to tell us about their newest update.
Cool.
You'll also hear from Sarah Bond, head of the Gaming Ecosystem Organization for Xbox, who will tell us more about a program to bring games from underrepresented developers with unique visions to Xbox and Game Pass. And we may just have a few other fun guests in store for you too, so stay tuned. But first, let's check out the rainy streets and sinister markets of Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
Oh, by the way, quick note. We are going to be waiting
Hello, everyone.
for Phantom Liberty
I'm
before
really
we start our new
excited
run.
to welcome you to this exclusive Xbox store over
Oh, it's
Black
Powell!
Market, one of the locations in Dogtown
That's awesome.
that you are going to be able to explore in Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. As you can see, Dogtown welcomes you with an open arms.
Too tame?
I am so
This is
excited
Black
to return to
Market,
this game.
a location where you as a player, as a mercenary, you can obtain unique cyberware and weapons, things that you cannot find anywhere in this world. Dogtown is a part of Night City, but has its own very distinct look and vibe. It's outside of the jurisdiction of NCPD, attracting all kinds of eccentrics and dangerous characters.
Are you going to
Driving
finish
mods,
Baldur's Gate
shit.
3 before Starfield? I'm
Never
not.
seen anything like that on a non-maelstromer.
You mean this? Ain't seen nothing yet. Check this out. For this year.
We have put a lot of work into making the world feel more alive. Small scenes, secrets to find, Easter eggs, make this place feel more vibrant and more believable.
Maintenance accessories and...
But what's inescapable in Dogtown is Kurt Hansen. Kurt is a leader of Borges militia who rules Dogtown with an iron fist.
You've come to the right place. NCPD, gang wars, not in Dogtown.
Dude, this environment looks
Taxes,
amazing.
freedom.
Check this out.
In Dogtown, I keep your business safe as long as you abide by my rules.
Am I in this DLC? I am
A
not.
really nice
No.
guy, as you can see.
I wish I was, but I am not.
The black market also is a place where you can find new illegal weapons and goods. They are some of the most powerful items in the world, but are often much more dangerous to use. A new cyberware capacity system, which leads you to push your body to the limit and gives you new abilities to deliver more thrilling gameplay experiences, like the air dash or the ability to see the enemies through the walls, or change your appearance to lose the heat. The Borges is the authorities of Dogtown, and they are more
We can
dangerous
get
than
something that lets us-
NCPD. When you as a player commit crimes in Dogtown, they are the guys who are going to chase you. We have completely overhauled the police system. Police actions are more believable, dynamic, and diverse. The team has been working passionately to deliver you more deeper and meaningful experience, and I really cannot wait for you to find out more this September. See you in Dogtown.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I'm so hyped for our next playthrough. And we're gonna be playing on a 4090 with everything maxed, and it's gonna be so good. Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be kind of cool because we did our full playthrough at the very beginning, and then our second playthrough
We're
is
not
gonna
done
be
talking about
them.
CD Projekt Red's next dive into the story between V and Johnny just yet. In fact, we're here with the voice and stylings of Johnny Silverhand, Keanu Reeves himself. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Likewise. Well, Phantom Liberty introduces us to an entirely new location in Night City. It's called Dogtown. It's this devastated place. It's controlled by a militia. But I think you know more about it than I do. So how would you describe it to players?
Night City has its own kind of levels to it, and I think Dogtown is kind of going down to a darker place. It's dystopian. It has a tension to it and this undercurrent of kind of violence, you know, like, and struggle. You know, can I swear?
Yeah.
Shit's gone down in Dogtown.
Oh, I like that tagline.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, I mean, hopefully it'll be fun for people to play there.
It's hard to believe that there's an underbelly to the underbelly
Yes.
that
that
is
so
Night
much.
City,
Yes,
right? Yeah, I'm a little
yeah.
scared, but in a good way.
No, it's a good way. I mean, we're all kind of drawn to, we're all moths to the flame, aren't we? And there's a lot of flame in Dogtown.
Well, if anyone can take it on, it's V, so that certainly
Yeah.
gives me the confidence.
Yeah, Visa Survivor,
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
you know?
And we just saw a tour of Dogtown, too, so we got a little bit of that
Oh, cool.
ambiance, and we can see what the environment is like. People are getting beat up. It's not good.
It's, yeah.
It's not the friendliest place to be. You gotta be prepared for it, truly.
Yeah.
One
But
Fingal
in our
Larry.
tour, we also hear
Thank
a
you, dude.
recording from
Can
a
I do that
Colonel
on
Kurt
/Co?
Hansen. Who's this guy? Because he seems pretty dangerous, too.
Yeah, that guy. No, I'm sorry, I can't say that. My inner Johnny came out.
I think that's
My
good. You know,
inner-
we know the tone now.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's ex-military, military too, ruthless, power hungry, manipulative, and Johnny doesn't like him.
I could see that. I mean, Night City in general is the kind of place that breeds that kind of character.
Yeah.
Let's take a step back. Let's talk about Johnny as a person instead of this horrible person known as Colonel Kurt Hansen. I don't know about this guy, but people like Johnny, and I think it's interesting because we know him to be opinionated. He's radical. We've seen that in Cyberpunk 2077 in the Man campaign, but as we get to know him, he's got a sensitive side too.
Thank
He
you,
can
Holy
actually
Jacob.
be quite caring.
That's what makes it so much fun. He is outspoken. He's a little grumpy.
Thank you, One Finger.
And he has a right to be. He's been used, he's been abused, he's been abandoned. And I think that through that kind of hardness of his outside, there is a vulnerability to him. And I think what's great about it is I get to play that character in so many different ways, and so the range of it is cool.
And especially for the player, you get to see these moments in flashbacks. You start to understand he's a product of his upbringing, truly, of his surrounding.
Well, let's not get carried away. I mean, we can start talking about nature and nurture. I'm sorry, I keep dropping into Johnny. But, yeah, I like his anger. I like his passion. I like what he stands for. He's really just looking for a fair shot. And I love that he's kind of going through music, that there's an artist side to him. And, you know, I got some great speeches.
There's all these moments with Johnny where a tiny little thing, you know, elicits this really fun response. You can flip him off and he double birds you back. Like, I love those kind of moments.
Or rock.
I think another interesting lens of looking at him as we get into Phantom Liberty is his dynamic with Solomon Reed. So what can you tell me about Johnny's relationship with Idris Elba's character?
I think Solomon has some things in common with Johnny in the sense of the military, the sense of being used, abused. You know, it's in the title, right? They're fighting for a liberty. You know, Solomon's kind of trying to reclaim his life, you know, and Johnny's doing the same thing. You know, it's Cyberpunk 2077, so it might start off as revenge, and it might end as revenge, but I think sometimes he feels like he's lashing out at the wind, you know? And I think Solomon has been living out in the kind of the desert of his life, right? Kind of hiding and harboring.
Yeah.
But I think he also has that kind of soft and hard side to him as well.
So as somebody who's very familiar with thrillers, because you've starred in a few, what do you think about Phantom Liberty makes for a good spy thriller in particular?
The quest to understand what's going on. So, and the kind of scavenger hunt of information, the mystery, the double crossing,
I have it on
what is
GOG.
true, what's fiction, what can you count on, you can't count on anything. That is really kind of amplified.
Well, thank you so much for coming out to another Xbox presentation. You've got a lot of fans out there in the Xbox community, so I think I can speak for all of us in saying we really appreciate you showing up here today.
Oh, well, thank you.
But before
It's an
I
honor
close
to be
things
here.
out,
Yeah.
well, before I close things out, I'd love your help here, Keanu. How do you think Johnny would end this interview right now?
Well, there's a lot of ways you could do that. But, Tina, pleasure to meet you.
Oh, is that how Johnny would do it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
Nice to see
Such
you.
a pleasure to have you here. I thought you were gonna kick down the camera or something, so.
No, you see, he's respectful. You know, you're a good egg.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Yeah.
And I'll see you out there again soon.
Whoa! Yo, real quick, Cyberpunk is 50% off right now. It's $30 right now. Saying. I was gonna like go download on GOG, but if it's, I mean, it's $30. It's not that bad.
Oh, I'm so sorry for dragging you all into this.
Oh, this is Lamplighters.
You live in doesn't exist. It's a pantomime. Theater. And if you get a glimpse behind the scenery, the stagecraft, you'll discover nothing but darkness. And once perceived, it will swallow you whole.
This looks awesome. I can't wait for this.
I'm in a race against this darkness. A race to locate an ancient ruin, a tower of unspeakable power. I need the best of the best. But they're all dead. So I'll use you. Scoundrels, thieves, cutthroats, the best of the worst.
This looks so much fun.
Oh, come now. Try not to look so glum. You're going to help me save the world.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Oh, did it say release date on that?
When it comes to RPG studios, Obsidian Entertainment is among the very best.
October 3rd.
From Fallout New Vegas and The Outer Worlds to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 and Pentiment, Obsidian Games have placed their stamp on the genre. Joining us today for a closer look at Avowed is game director Carrie Patel. Carrie, I'm so excited to have you here. We just saw this big reveal of Avowed, and there's so many little bits of information in there that I want to dig out and pick your brain around. But before we get into all that, I'm assuming that you don't need to have played Pillars 1 or 2 to really get into Avowed.
You're absolutely right. You don't need to have played Pillars 1 or 2. You can come to the world of Avowed fresh. We want this to be a welcoming experience to new players. But if you are a returning fan, there are some recognizable tidbits.
For people who have played Pillars 1 or 2, can you tease any more of just those general connections to the universe? And no major spoilers, of course.
Yeah. There are a couple returning characters that players might recognize from Deadfire in particular. Players who have played the original games will recognize some of the parts of the world and some of the factions. The Adirian Empire plays pretty heavily into the world of Avowed, so all of that will be familiar to returning players.
We do start to see some of that Pillars universe now in the Avowed setting, which is really exciting, and it's looking looking amazing so far, but can you confirm one thing for me? Are we still in Aora?
We're still in Aora, and specifically, we're in a region called the Living Lands. So
Oh,
again,
there we
returning
go.
Pillars fans will recognize the Living
Yeah.
Lands as this otherworldly frontier. It's very remote. It's relatively unknown. It's this very dramatic landscape full of all of these different valleys with these unique biomes and creatures, just a really unique visual perspective. And it's a wonderful frontiersy spot that's set for adventure. There's a lot that's undiscovered, and so that's the part of Aora that we're introducing players to in Avowed.
And we also see a character talking to us in the trailer. He seems like he might be a companion, because that would be a very Obsidian thing to do. So what's going on with that?
Yes, this is Kai, and he is one of the first companions you meet in the game. He's an Amawa. That's one of the unique species of the world of Aora. And Kai as a character brings a balance of this really battle-hardened perspective. He's seen a lot. He's served as a soldier and a mercenary, but he also has a really unique sense of humor. So he brings a spirit of levity and camaraderie to the party as well.
And as he's talking to us, he's also kind of conveying, well, he's straight up saying that he's afraid of you and your abilities. But it's not like the heroes are the only powerful beings in this universe. So I'm curious what that means for who we are as the player character. Are we a watcher again, like in Pillars 1 and 2? Or maybe we have some connections to the spirit realm and beyond that gives us these terrifying abilities?
So you're not a watcher this time, but you do have a unique soul connection to the world that gives you a connection to the Living Lands and to some of the more mysterious forces at work there. The player is also being sent as an envoy of the Adiran Empire, and so they come with both a very mysterious aura, but also a certain sense of political urgency.
Kai also mentions a plague. That's another bit of detail that we get within the trailer. We see a very concerning growth on a lot of the creatures in the world. What can you tell us about this plague?
I can't say too much just yet, except that it is a unique soul plague that is devouring the Living Lands, and part of the player's mission in being sent here is to investigate and try to stop it.
We also saw a lot of combat in the trailer, and we see dual-wielding pistols, we see spells, we see swords, we see just a ton of abilities. A lot that actually is really reminiscent of the Pillars universe too, but those were isometric top-down view games, and Avowed is a first-person game. So how did the team approach that same kind of fantasy combat, but in the first person for Avowed?
So we wanted to take that same depth and breadth of play styles and combat abilities and player fantasies, where you can play someone who's very magically attuned, more traditional fighter or ranger, and really invest in whatever play style is most appealing to you personally.
Yeah, these are actually great questions.
We wanted to take that depth and breadth and translate it into a first-person experience, where you can feel the visceral nature of the attacks, feel the dynamism and the momentum of those attacks as you're executing them, and that means including a range of options like, as you noted, dual-wielding pistols, which is one of my favorites because you don't see that often in fantasy RPGs, but also traditional sword and board, a whole host of magical abilities, a lot of things that'll be both a little bit familiar but hopefully new to players as well.
And I've got one more question for you, because I know the audience is going to want to know this one, but just how big is this game?
So it's going to be roughly comparable to something like Knights of the Old Republic 2 or The Outer Worlds. It is set up as a series of interconnected open zones that players can explore at their own pace. You can invest in discovering every nook and cranny in the world, discovering every secret, finding every side quest, meeting every character, or you can have a much more focused experience. And it's really up to players and how much time they want to spend in the Living Lands, but I'm hopeful that they're going to spend a lot of time with us once Avowed releases.
Well, count me in as one of those players, because I definitely want to.
I will say I was kind of hoping
every line of dialogue, everything.
I was hoping they were
going to
dive into how much RPG it is.
Inch of the Living Lands. Well, thank you again so much for being here, Carrie. This has been so insightful and fun.
Thank you, Tina. This has been a pleasure.
That's my biggest concern.
Of what you can expect
is that it's
from
going to be like an
Obsidian
action game
when
and not an
Avowed
RPG.
lands next year on Xbox, PC, and Game Pass.
We'll see. We'll see.
퍼스트 디센던트는 언리얼 엔진 5를 사용한 차세대 3인칭 루트 슈터 게임으로 엑스박스 시리즈 X와 S,
we saw this a long time ago.
PC 크로스플레이가 가능하고 프리트 플레이로 즐기실 수 있도록 개발 중입니다.
Okay, that camera
퍼스트
shake is terrible.
디센던트에서 플레이어는 계승자가 되어 인류의 생존을 위해 침략자들에 맞서 싸우게 됩니다. 계승자는 플레이어의 캐릭터로서 다양하고 개성적인 컨셉과 전투 스타일을 가지고 있습니다. 플레이어는 계승자를 통해 잉그리스 대륙을 탐험하며 스토리를 체험하고 다양한 임무를 혼자서 혹은 협동 플레이로 수행하게 됩니다. 또한 최대 4인 협동 플레이로 거대 보스와의 레이드를 경험할 수 있습니다. 거대 보스별
Looks
다양한
very,
기믹과
Outriders.
파괴 등을 통해 밀도 높은 팀 플레이를 체험하실 수 있습니다. 현재 개발팀은 작년 베타 테스트에서 플레이어분들에게 받은 피드백을 개선하는 작업과 신규 컨텐츠의 개발을 병행하고 있습니다. 지금 보시는 화면은 최초로 공개하는 엑스박스 시리즈 X의 실제 게임 플레이 영상입니다. 언리얼 엔진 5를 활용한 높은 퀄리티의 그래픽이 안정적으로 돌아가도록 열심히 개발 중에 있습니다. 신규 계승자 역시 개발 중에 있는데요. 이 계승자는 불을 이용한 독특한 컨셉의 플레이를 경험할 수 있도록 디자인되었습니다. 또한 자기장을 이용한 방어 능력과 비행 스킬을 지닌 새로운 캐릭터도 개발하고 있습니다. 플레이어분들이 더 많은 탐험을 하고 몰입감 넘치는 스토리를 경험할 수 있도록 다양한 환경의 신규 맵을 개발하고 있으며 새로운 타입의 보스 레이드 역시 지속적으로 개발하고 있습니다. 그리고 많은 분들이 요청하셨던 코스메틱 시스템도 도입 중에 있는데요.
Really just
캐릭터들마다
going into it, isn't
다양한
he?
컨셉의 스킨을 제공할 예정이며 꾸미기 아이템을 통해 개성을 마음껏 뽐낼 수 있도록 지원할 예정입니다. 가장 많은 피드백을 받았던 그래플링 훅은 시스템을 완전히 변경하였습니다. 변경된 그래플링 훅은 조작에 따른 회전과 이동 시 가속 감속을 지원하여 조작의 재미를 훨씬 더 증대하였습니다.
What
이
language is he
밖에도
speaking?
피드백을
Japanese.
반영하여 점프 모션,
Wait.
총기 사운드, UI와 UX를 지속적으로 개선해 나가고
Maybe
있으며
Korean?
계승자 스킬을 개조할 수
It's
있는
Korean, actually.
시스템도 개발 중에 있습니다. 게임 사운드 또한
Trying to hear it over the
글로벌
game
유명
sounds.
게임 작곡가인 스티븐 바튼과 협업하여 보다 풍성한 청각적 경험을 제공하기 위해 준비 중에 있습니다. 마지막으로 여러분께서
Korean?
가장 기다리실 소식을 전해드리겠습니다. 현재 저희는 연내 출시를 목표로 하고 있으며 그에 앞서 8월 엑스박스 시리즈 X와 S를 포함한 콘솔과 PC에서
Oh, it's English.
크로스플레이 베타 테스트를
okay.
진행할 예정입니다. 베타 테스트는 8월 22일부터 8월 28일까지
Is it free to play?
일주일간 진행되며 오늘부터 공식 홈페이지를 통해 신청하실 수 있으니 플레이어분들의 많은 참여를 부탁드리겠습니다. Be the first descendant.
Yeah, it's free to play and Nexon runs it. So good luck.
When we were wrapping up Banner Saga, we were really talking about what is it we want to do next.
We earnestly started with the idea.
And Nexon games can be
making a
fun.
game that was
They can be
hopeful,
just fun to
that
play,
it was
but I
a
mean, you know,
triumph for
just
the human
keep that in
spirit.
mind.
Something that had a lot of replay ability, something that you can.
I think I'm still going to try that Warlanders
really
game when it comes
explore
out.
for-
Is that what it was
for a
called?
long time.
Warlanders?
There are different worlds that we want to explore.
That one looked fun. I think so.
Towerborn is that game.
Yeah. Oh, Warhaven? Oh, Warhaven.
Towerborn is a
The Wayfinders
fast-paced
is different.
action RPG.
Yeah.
It's a co-op game. You can play it online. You can play it on a couch with your friends and family. Everybody's moving through the world map together.
Yeah,
As the
Warhaven
players
is the
move
one that
out,
looks
they
kind of
start
fun.
breadcrumbing the storyline that is being told here.
What's the catch with
From
Nexon?
the world
Oh,
map,
it's
you
just
go
a lot of
into
times Nexon
fun,
stuff is a little
fast combat. You come out
It
of
has
that
its own
with
flavor.
resources and crafting items, and
Yeah.
with all their new loot, they can go back to the Belfry.
a lot of pay to win generally.
The Belfry is the player's safe haven and
Oh, because it's
humanity's
dark
safe
and darker?
haven.
Yeah.
The player can customize their appearance, their loadout, talk to all these different NPCs.
The world itself is a mix of 3D and 2D. We definitely wanted to have that kind of beautiful background that you see in animated movies.
Towerborn is all about humanity's last chance at survival.
Humanity is clinging to hope and clinging to this tower.
It is your mission to try to hold the forces of darkness at bay, to give humanity a chance at survival.
The most important thing about the gameplay is it's just fun. And it kind of just amplified its fun the moment you added another player. All of the players can build their character in a way that's specific to them. It just turns into this back and forth exploration. Like, let's try to do this one combo, and then let's see if you can do a follow-up. From a couch co-op perspective, that's just really fun because there's not too many couch co-op games anymore.
I'm hoping in 5 years from now, it's in a place that I never even would have thought of.
It's a seasonal game, which is different for us.
Players can expect a new storyline with new quests, new biomes. We'll be rolling out new gear, new monsters, new bosses.
Expanding on the content in a continuous, organic way, so it just becomes a living world.
This is that game where I kind of want to like it, but the gameplay looks
When
so
we started Stoic,
like
we decided
contained.
let's just make games that we feel strongly about and we want to play.
I don't know what it is about it.
Find the right relationship with a publisher, and I think we found that with Xbox. They've enabled us to make the game that we want to make.
Looks very basic.
I earnestly cannot wait for the
I think I'm still going to try it.
that we're rolling out here. Towerborn is, I really believe, something unique.
The gameplay just looks very, very basic. Yeah.
There's that roar again.
Just Fallout.
You gotta protect the pit stop, please.
What the hell is that thing? Invaders down.
Hello, I'm John Rush, art director for Fallout 76. I hope you enjoyed the world premiere of the trailer for our Once in a Blue Moon update coming June 20th, free to play for anyone who owns Fallout 76. The blue moon has risen over the hills of Appalachia, bringing with it a ton of great new content for players. That includes new cryptids like the Blue Devil and Ogwa to threaten the progress of the Blue Ridge Caravan Company. We've also got 2 new public events, both of which give you a chance to earn caravan and cryptid-themed rewards. Defend the Middle Mountain pit stop from waves of monstrous creatures and safe and sound. And thwart a horde of crazed cultists and beasts of burden. With Season 13, we've also got a new scoreboard called Shoot for the Stars, which celebrates the stars of the silver screen and gives you a chance to earn cinema-themed rewards. And we're not done yet. Next year, we're taking players to Atlantic City, where they'll gamble on the fates of new factions for the opportunity to win big.
Am I okay?
Do your part in helping the Blue Ridge Caravan Company and earn rewards along the way.
It always stings a little bit to see one of my
Once in a
favorite
Blue Moon
franchises
is coming
like
June 20th.
see this.
Appalachia is coming at you.
It just kind of makes me sad. Just makes me sad. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts a little bit. Hurts a little bit. Just a little bit.
What's this? What happened now?
Hit the wrist. I agree, Cohh. Not sure what the
We've
company
just
running
seen
Fallout
a
is
new
thinking
trailer
anyway.
for
I'm
updates
excited
coming
for
to Hi-Fi
Starfield.
Rush called
Yeah,
Arcade
I mean, same.
Challenge Update. No joke, there's literally
Same,
exclamation points in there. That's not just me. So here to explain that and more about the update is game director John Johannes. Welcome to Showcase Extended, John.
Really glad to be here.
Exclamation points?
They have to be in there.
Yeah. It feels
It's style. It's style. Yeah.
It's a style thing. Well, Hi-Fi Rush is such a stylish game in general. I think that's one of the things that people really excitedly pointed out when we shadow dropped the game in the developer direct earlier this year. But making a brand new IP is always a bit of a risk. Your studio's known for kind of scarier games like The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo.
Can't deny that. But yeah, this type of game is something I just always wanted to make personally. And I just thought music and action work so well together. And after I had finished working on The Evil Within 2, it just felt like the right time to try something new. And our studio's always been about just making fun games. It doesn't have to be about a certain genre. We're not about making one specific thing.
And fortunately, there's plenty more of that content to come because we just saw an absolutely jam-packed trailer. So I'd love for your help in breaking down all the details, all the stuff going into this update.
Sure. There's a lot, so bear with me. Everything in this mode is unlockable once you finish the game, and you'll unlock an arcade cabinet in your hideout. And by accessing it, you get 2 new modes. One is called BPM Rush mode, which takes the gameplay up to like higher speeds than we've ever done in the main game. And the other is called Power Up, Tower Up, which is a new sort of randomized spin on the rhythm tower mode that we had in the original game. And included in this mode are 5 new original songs to play to, as well as 2 brand new enemies. And then there's special attacks and this whole meta system for unlocking upgrades and rewards. And that's all I can think of right now.
I love that there's so much to unpack there, but let's rewind. Let's talk about just BPM Rush for now.
Sure.
It was described in the trailer as effectively Hi-Fi Rush's equivalent of a turbo mode. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, early on, the team was like, how fast can we go? And in the game, we kind of settled at, about a max 160 BPM. But this mode really takes it up to 200 BPM. But we sort of ease you in there. It's a gradual upgrade until it eventually gets so fast, you just got to sort of think on your feet and naturally react to the rhythm in the combat of the game.
I personally love that there's a lot of accessibility settings in the game, too. It makes it so that you can adjust the game to your own comfort level. But this is a post-game challenge. It's meant for when you've gotten into the rhythm of the game. So I'm curious if you have any pointers on as far as how to tackle that challenge.
As an action game, I think a lot of people want that sort of next-level challenge, another way to use their
Why doesn't he just turn his
abilities
cam
in
off?
a new type of environment. This mode does
no
that
reason.
by putting you at the high speed. But we also have multiple difficulties.
Oh, I'm not trolling. No, I
Easy
cover my
mode
mouth
for
because
people
there's
who
a
want
lot of people in this
experience
community that
what
are very
that's
good at reading
like,
lips.
Maybe are not in tune with that sort of high difficulty that's accompanied with this stuff. But then we have a casual normal mode as well. And then we have, after beating those modes, we can unlock an EX mode, which takes up to a hard level where damage is multiplied and keeps you at that high BPM throughout the entire time.
But there already was a post-game challenge when Hi-Fi Rush launched. It was the Rhythm Tower mode. You mentioned that briefly earlier. That's the one where you face just increasingly difficult combat. So how has that evolved with the Power Up, Tower Up mode?
So the Rhythm Tower mode was kind of like a very curated experience. And while it was very challenging, you can prepare, go in and sort of customize your character, know what you're getting into. And in this mode, we flip it to the almost opposite end. Chai starts off downgraded. We actually remove all your abilities, and you have to earn them back by fighting waves of randomized enemy sets. And after every wave of enemies, you get to choose from a series of power-ups that can gradually increase your stats. Each of these upgrades comes with either bonus or negative modifiers as well to the gameplay, so you can take more risks or less risks depending on which upgrades you pick. And again, those upgrades are randomized each level, so you really kind of have to have an understanding of the systems and not quite master them, but have a good grasp if you want to go in and come out on top.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, it was a really packed trailer. There was a lot of information in there. It's a chonky update. So what else have you got for us? Because I feel like there's more on the table there.
Yeah, so
Real
by
quick.
playing in the 2 modes, you...
Super quick. Somebody says, Cohh, don't you find these events becoming more boring because we end up talking about marketing about existing games the most?
Is for Chai and new costumes for Chai.
And we've had some
808,
great
and even
interviews
as well
so
as
far.
Fan favorite Corsica.
Some new info.
We have new modes for the photo mode as well.
Really. I mean, this
Things
stuff
like
I'm not
new
interested in because I'm not interested in the game.
We have
but
new poses
the
for the
Avowed stuff is
characters.
awesome. The
We have
Cyberpunk stuff
stickers
is
that you
awesome.
can place on the photos now. And then there are some extra hidden secrets that we don't want to give away right now, which, as you know from our game, we like to hide in there and we like people to find, which is always fun. And then, in conjunction with this release, we're also releasing a
You didn't like
separate
Hi-Fi Rush?
costume
It
pack,
was
which
fine. It
is
just didn't
a
really
kind
grab
of
me.
take on
Yeah.
what the characters would look like if maybe this game took
a fine
place in
game.
a different time period.
Ooh, a little tease. I like that.
And there's some really fun-looking stuff in there, so...
Well, thank you again so much for coming out all the way from Japan to Showcase Extended,
Don't
John.
hate fun? I do.
I'm super
I hate
glad
fun.
to be here.
I do.
That's all we have to share about the new update for Tango Gameworks'
Not a fan of
Hi-Fi
fun.
Rush coming soon. Now it's time for us to return to the second era of Tamriel in the Elder Scrolls Online. ZeniMax Online Studios debuted the trailer for their upcoming expansion at Showcase, and today they're here to break that trailer down for us. Let's hear what the team has to say about the Necrom expansion for Elder Scrolls Online.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the Xbox Showcase. I'm Rich Lambert, the creative director on Elder Scrolls Online.
And I'm CJ Greb, I'm the project art director for Elder Scrolls Online.
One of the really interesting things about Elder Scrolls Online is it's different than really any other game out there. It's not your typical level-gated world. Go anywhere, you can explore in any order you want to.
You really can hop in at any moment, play with anybody, can play any part of the game.
And any story.
And of course, I mean, we're on Xbox Game Pass, you know, the biggest open world RPG on Xbox. And if you're at all a fan of Elder Scrolls, you can go places that you maybe have never gone before in an Elder Scrolls game,
And do
right?
things that you've never been able to do. There's so many different activities to participate in. You know,
housing.
We've got lore hunting and antiquities,
Right.
There's the dungeons and the trials.
And you can, of course, always revisit lands that you've been to before. We've got Skyrim, Morrowind.
Yeah, and they're different times. You know,
Yeah,
we're
different
almost
time,
1,000
yeah.
years in the past.
Come in by yourself, come in with friends, but don't worry that you're ever not going to have something to do because there are adventures everywhere you go.
Everywhere.
We had an awesome trailer during the showcase. Necrom, Hermaeus Mora.
Yeah.
What's it all about, Rich?
Hermaeus Mora is this Daedric god of knowledge. He's not good, he's not evil. He is just focused
GeoChef,
on
thanks for the 83,
cataloging
bud.
the world and collecting everything he possibly can to study. And what you kind of see in the trailer is Mora kind of always on guard, always looking over and watching what's kind of going on. And you get to see some nostalgia in there as well from the Dragonborn DLC in Skyrim with the yellow-green skies.
The vast inky sea, the stacks of books.
I'll still never forget the first time you showed us the initial concepts for everything made out of books. I remember looking at that going, oh my God, how are we gonna do
How are we
this?
gonna do
How
that?
is this gonna run? And
We always try to honor the past, right? Because when we go back to areas that people who play Elder Scrolls games have played, they know these lands. We want them to feel like they're coming home.
Is
right?
ESO any good?
But we have the chance
these
to-
days
to
it
add
is
a little
it
into the
is
mix.
very
the
big
art team was
and
able
there's
to
a
really
lot
play
to do.
with kind of cool, unique
So
monsters.
I
Yeah,
think
we
that
were given some
if you
great
can kind of get
places to go
into
for new monsters
the
in the zone.
MMOified, the MMO feel of Elder
we were
Scrolls,
looking
I think
at
you should probably
making
check
a
it out.
creature that would kind of freeze you in
That
terror
wasn't for me.
as soon as you
Like,
saw it. And a creature that has
I'm too much of
a
like an
deeper
Elder
connection
Scrolls
to the overall
traditionalist,
story
so it
of the
felt too
zone.
weird for me.
We've also
it just
got
didn't
the Tavon
feel
Peninsula, kind of the
didn't feel
Morrowind
great.
vibe.
It's always fun
but
to
I
go
do
back
have
to
some
this part of
friends that are
Tamriel
playing this
because
game like
it's one of the most
religiously and have been for
imaginative
years,
and sort of like
and they
visually
really enjoy
expressive
it. So
things that has
you have
ever been
Game Pass.
created
I mean, it's
for
worth a
an Elder
look
Scrolls
for
world,
sure.
and then of course Necrom City itself.
This
Absolutely
ancient
worth a look.
city that is rumored to have been built, even before the Tribunal was even established.
Right.
Being able to play with that and look at that architecture and this ancient city of the dead.
But it is an
guys
MMO.
gave us a new class to do.
The Arcanist draws.
So
their
I mean, if that's not
from Hermaeus
if it's kind of
we really challenged
kind of a
ourselves
traditional
in the
MMO in a
team
lot of
to
ways.
make something that didn't feel like
Which is a
anything
flavor.
else that we have built.
Everything we've been talking about sounds amazing, but when do we actually get to play it?
Necrom launches on Xbox June 20th, and we can't wait for everybody to get in there and see this amazing content that we've created.
Weird that he didn't say on
Thanks
Xbox and
everyone
PC.
for watching us during the showcase and watching us today. Lots of exciting stuff coming for ESO in the future. We'll see you in Tamriel.
Oh, it's already out on PC. Well, that would be why. Okay. Is this? And Asmophobia? of real ghost hunting equipment. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Awesome. Need more power to Phasmophobia. That's such a cool story slash heartwarming success story.
News.
番組をご覧の皆様、こんにちは。エグゾプライマルディレクターの平岡です。
I think we saw this guy on Capcom last night.
3月に開催しました第1回オープンベータテストに多くのエグゾファイターの皆様にご参加いただきました。アンケートや SNS を通じてたくさんのフィードバックをいただいております。今後の開発に活用させていただきます。ご協力ありがとうございました。さて、カプコンショーケースはご覧いただけましたでしょうか。その中で発表しましたが、第2回オープンベータテストの開催が決定しました。詳しい日程や情報は公式サイトをご覧ください。それではここからは番組をご覧の皆様に新情報を紹介します。まずはサベージガントレットという新たなモードです。サベージガントレットは内容が毎週切り替わる特別なミッションに5人で挑み、世界中のファイターとクリアタイムを競うというモードになっています。ディノサバイバルとは違い、出現する恐竜やフィールドが遊ぶたびに
Why is he killing all those innocent dinosaurs?
全世界のプレイヤ
The
ーが
premise of this is that an
同じ内容の
AI
ミッ
like
ションに挑みます。
generates the dinosaurs.
今回は
It's
恐竜が出
kind
現
of
す
a
る位
weird
置に
game.
あらかじめトリプルスレッドを設置しています。
Kind of a weird game.
出現してきたらこのようにスカイウェーブのグラビトンケージと合わせて起爆、一網打尽にできました。ミッションは画面上部に表示されている恐竜の討伐なのですが、サベージガントレットでは目標以外の恐竜が出現することが少なくありません。もちろん討伐せずに無視することもできますが、ミッション達成の妨げになる可能性があります。倒すか倒さないかはプレイヤーの作戦次第です。目標を達成したら次のミッションへ。ゲームの流れはディノサバイバルと同じなのですんなり遊べると思います。何やら次のミッションに備えてエグゾスーツを着替えているようですね。なるほど、スナイパーネオ層が離れた位置に多く出現するのでビジラントに着替えたようですね。フレームネオ層も出現するのでフロストロックで動きを止めて集中攻撃のチャンスを
I
作り
can't
出せ
tell
ま
if
す
this game
ね。
looks fun. I feel like it could be.
また一列に並んだ恐竜
I feel
も
like it could
ブ
be
レード
kind of
で
fun.
仕留めしてから倒す作戦のようです。道中では大型恐竜が複数体出現することも。サベージガントレットはエンドコンテンツに相当するモードなので、
I think it would really depend on like how entertaining the mission progression is. Like, what do you do between
組み
this
合わせは
stuff?
もちろん、チームメンバーの
Is
ス
there
ーツ
anything
構成
between
な
this
ど
stuff?
よく考えて挑んでみてください。
Congratulations. That was. I think we'll probably give it a try. I don't really know too much about it.
クリアタイムが表示されます。その後、自分のクリアタイムがどの程度だったか、ランクによる評価がされます。次はバリアントスーツを紹介します。バリアントスーツはデフォルトのエグゾスーツとは異なる性質の武器を装備しており、戦い方が変化したスーツです。デフォルトのデッドアイはアサルトライフルを装備していますが、デッドアイアルファバーストファイヤーはショットガンとバースト射撃を切り替えられるバトルライフルを装備しています。敵との距離に応じて射撃を切り替えながら戦います。他のバリアントスーツも特別にちょっとだけお見せしますね。ゼファーアルファエナジーチャクラム、バラージュアルファロケットホップ、ビジラントアルファマークスマン、ロードブロックアルファフォートレスシールド、村雨アルファフロストグレイブ、クリーガーアルファチャージショットガン、リッチドクターアルファデュアリティビーム、スカイウェーブアルファサンダークラップ、ニンバスアルファ
I like the flying frame things. Look like they could be fun. What are they called? Exos?
バリアントスーツは
Yeah, the ones that
発
fly
売
around
後
look
の
like
タイトルアッ
cool.
プデートで遊べるようになります。
Is it Warframe with dinos? No, no, no. Warframe is much more about like
を行っていきます。
going through
シーズン
areas.
ごとに新たなゲームコンテンツを追
Yeah,
加
this
していき
one
ま
looks
す
a
の
lot
で、ご期待
slower
くだ
and
さ
it
い。
looks a lot more like you're in an area and the dinos are charging you kind of thing.
それでは、ウォーゲームでお会いしましょう。レッツマッシブ。
It's great to see the dedication from the team at Capcom and how they're building Exoprimal in partnership with the community.
Hey, girl.
Gaming has the power to immerse us in worlds and perspectives we'd never otherwise experience. We can fight dinosaurs, transport to a dystopian future, explore the universe, and conjure magic. And we get to do this together, no matter where we are on the planet, the language we speak, what we look like, or our physical abilities. That is why it is both an
that's her Twitter
absolute
handle, isn't it?
imperative and an incredible opportunity that games represent all of us. That is why we created the ID at Xbox Developer Acceleration Program to help underrepresented creators and stories in the industry shine. We call it DAP. DAP already includes more than 100 emerging developers, and they've launched 30 incredible games like A Space for the Unbound, Validate, and Cohh, and there are many, many more in the works. Let's take a look at these amazing games coming up next from ID at Xbox's Developer Acceleration Program.
I know DAP is give me some DAP. That's what I that's a fist bump. Yeah, but it's called DAP. Yeah, fist bump is DAP. It's the same thing.
I got a call from my good friend Jörg Newman, the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator. He told me about this once-in-a-lifetime, out-of-this-world opportunity. So I'm here in Budapest, the capital of Hungary. Jörg, he's around here somewhere. Let's go find him. Jörg!
Hey, Paris.
You know what?
Great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you.
Thanks for coming to Budapest.
Of course. What am I doing here?
I'll tell you on the way. We have a boat to catch.
A boat?
Yep.
We don't have a plane?
Nope. Come on, Paris.
Jörg, what is this place? What kind of aircraft are you storing in here?
Ha, dude, it's much cooler than that. All right, Paris, are you ready for this?
You know I'm ready for this.
All right, let's go.
Dad, are you ready for this? Am I ready for this?
Welcome to the world of Dune.
This is incredible.
Come on, I want you to meet someone. Hey, how's it going?
Hi, how are you, man?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Paris, I would like to introduce Patrice Vermette, Academy Award-winning production designer of Dune.
Oh.
It is very nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan of Dune. Now, Patrice, can you tell me, what is this place?
Well, this is the warehouse where we actually keep most of the props and the set deck elements that we used on Dune Part 1 and Part 2.
Oh, that is actually awesome.
Now,
Dude,
Jörg,
I could spend like
when did
a
all
day
get
in this
started?
thing.
So it goes back to November 2021.
That is awesome.
Dune had just hit the movie theaters worldwide, and we got a call from Legendary, and they had the idea that we bring an ornithopter into Microsoft Flight Simulator. And me being a lifelong science fiction reader and fan, a big, huge fan of the
Ever since I read Dune,
books,
I wondered,
how could I say no?
could we actually make a ship
now
like
it
that?
makes sense after seeing the trailer at the Xbox showcase.
I don't think we have the
I understand
materials
why
like
you
the
brought me
wings
here.
could like
You guys
take
want
that
to take
kind
a
of
look
force.
because we actually do
I think
have
that's
a
the major
couple
issue,
of
right?
ornithopters here if you want to see. You want to take a look.
The amount of
That would be
energy it
awesome.
would
Yeah,
take
let's
to
do it.
move
Right,
wings
let's do it.
that fast, that large, and the tensile. I don't think that exists on our world. That vibrate
Look
to
at
pieces,
this.
exactly. Yeah.
It's a one-on-one real-sized ornithopter. It's amazing.
Sure, thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Denis likes things to be
Nature is OP.
plausible,
It is.
so that's why they were built to look military, rugged,
cool.
and stealth.
Now here's the most important question. Were they built to fly?
Funny you mentioned, because I've been asked that question on a couple of occasions. No, they don't fly. They are heavy. They're 11 tons.
So Jorg, you had to get this working in the game. How did you do this in Flight Sim?
Yeah, it was actually interesting. So in general, ornithopters can fly and do fly. This particular one, given that it weighs 11 tons, that's going to be a little bit harder, specifically because it's not really doing the ornithopter bird flap. It does oscillation of the blades. And we currently don't have the material science to get the thrust and the lift. But on Arrakis, I think this is absolutely possible. And in Flight Sim, we made it work.
Patrice, we're here. Can we go in?
Absolutely.
Right.
Let's do it. Normally we'd go in through the climbing up the landing gear, but this will do.
Yeah, so what's cool about this, Paris, is that all those buttons are actually realistically hooked up to the system. Master engine switch, what you're doing there, above those, the red, are basically all the lights.
And as you notice, it's all analog because in the world of Dune, there's no thinking machines. Thinking machines have been illegal for 10,000 years.
Yeah, that was actually fascinating when we implemented it. Because it's a science fiction, we thought, oh, it's glass cockpits, everything is going to be computerized. Like, none of it is. This is a very practical helicopter, almost like from the 1960s.
So Jorg, in the first movie, the Thopter was able to do a lot of cool moves and maneuvers. You're going to be able to reproduce that in Flight Sim?
Oh yeah, totally.
God, that
I
is
mean,
so
the really
badass.
cool design that you guys came up with is each blade is independently controlled. So each blade has its own lift and thrust. And that means it can go from a really stable hover to a steep dive and back to a glide instantaneously. I would just say thank you that you designed such an awesome and realistic machine, because that's what we do. We bring realistic machines to life. But if you want to see a little bit more about the game design,
Absolutely.
I have something for you.
Absolutely, I'd love to see.
All right, so the setup for this expansion is that you are a Atreides pilot on Arrakis flying an ornithopter. Here is what we built. We basically built this section of Arrakis. Here's the capital city of Arkeen. Here's the botanical garden, we have that as well. And the first thing we do is we train you up. The fast takeoff, fast landing, and then the deep dive. And then we take you to some of the extreme locations, like the bow of the cliff, the hole in the rock, the red chasm. You really have to show your pilot skills. And then, towards the end, then there's a secret mission, which I can't talk about today, but that basically wraps up the experience. It's gonna be great.
Super exciting. Hey.
It was great to see you again.
Paris, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. All right, Jorg, where to next?
Well, I don't know what they eat on Arrakis, but this is Budapest, and I hear they have excellent goulash. I know a place.
Well, let's go.
Are you planning on checking out Dune Spice Wars? Is Dune Spice Wars the new one coming out? Because yes I am. That's the one. Yeah. No, what's Spice Wars? Oh, is that the RTS? Don't know. 4X, yeah, I'm not sure. I want to check out the Funcom one, the MMO one. Go Mecha Ball! That's kind of cool.
Liza P is a thrilling Souls-like.
We played the demo of this. It was fun.
The story of Pinocchio, turns it on its head, and sets it against the darkly elegant backdrop of the Belle Epoque era.
Finally, we meet.
You are awakened by a mysterious voice.
Can you hear me?
You must adapt yourself and your weapons to face untold horrors, untangle the unfathomable secrets of the city's elites, and choose whether to confront predicaments with the truth or weave lies to overcome them on the journey to find yourself. You are able to create your own weapon through the combination of these blades and handles. Of the hundreds of possible combinations with different respective appearances, performances, attack motions, and patterns, each and every blade and handle has its distinctive Fable Arts. Fable Arts is a special combat skill that can be casted by consuming Fable slots. Fable slots can be charged again through combat. Select your own special skills to vanquish your enemies. The Legion Arm is a prosthetic on P's left arm. The Legion Arm can exhibit special abilities by consuming the Legion Gauge, providing you an eclectic combat experience.
Eclectic combat experience.
So, puppets are all there are? I highly doubt that. You'll have to face all sorts of
I
monsters.
liked the demo. I thought it was great.
Puppets only being one.
I had a good time with it.
You're not quite done yet.
Fun game.
Bone-chilling bosses await you. If a boss seems too intimidating, you might want to get help from a specter. In boss matches, you can summon a specter that will assist you in battle. With a bit of help, you will be able to defeat bosses with more ease. The P organ is a system that allows you to upgrade your character. Use quartz to optimize P to your liking. Within the P organ, you can select which slots to unlock depending on your preference.
I feel like they should have had a different name for that, to be honest.
There will be times when you will be confronted with choices where you can give comfort to others in sorrow or despair by lying, or you can choose to tell the truth.
Yeah, funny enough, that right there is a complete decision fallacy because we tried saying we were human and the guy was just like, nope. And then we asked him again and we're like, no. We told him first that we were a puppet and he was just like, cool, you can't come in. And then we're like, okay, we're human. And he was like, all right, cool, come in.
Coming to you this September 19th.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Got him.
At the heart of Hellblade is our ambition to sink you into Senua's world and story. To do this, it's critical that we make it as easy as possible for you to suspend your disbelief. One key method of achieving this is our use of performance capture.
Ooh, here we go.
What I want to achieve on stage is to get the best performance and best storytelling from the actors, and then to get that into the game as faithfully as possible. I want to see what I saw on stage in the game.
It's time to find out. Why are they watching?
It's time to find. When we were shooting the scene from the Xbox showcase, it was quite a somber mood on set because that was one of our moments in the game where it's just Senua and the Furies, and we have an opportunity to connect with the player one-on-one.
Where are they?
Where are you?
What do they want? I don't like it. I'm scared. This is too
Bad woman.
At this point in Senua's journey, she's had her confidence eroded. There's a lot of doubt. And she needs to find within herself...
What is her shirt?
A spark of hope, that strength that she has in order to continue on.
Everything I've
What's a
done
moth?
has
Just let me do
I thought it
this,
was a
please.
gore bunny.
While this scene is relatively simple, the scale and complexity of our performance capture has multiplied to meet our creative ambitions on Hellblade 2.
We shot the first Hellblade in the boardroom of our old studio. It was very MacGyvered together. In the
I can't see that
new
picture
studio,
of
we
the
have a
face frozen
custom-built
without thinking of that
mocap
guy
space,
that watches
which
the
has
trains.
pretty much everything we could have dreamed of. We've got
I love that,
projectors,
dude.
so we can recreate sets on the ground if we need to. We've got loads of props that we
Yeah,
have
so
available
good.
to us at any time, so we can build sets.
Mr. Bean?
I
No,
remember
he's a British
coming
dude
into
that loves
interview
trains. He's
and
amazing.
seeing the setup down there, and immediately being impressed by the clear commitment that have been made to underpinning
the tech
great
they're using for the
true-to-life
faces looks
performance
crazy.
with great quality data. So we've got a lot more cameras this time around. They're kind of top of the line at the moment.
Francis, that's his name,
And
thank you.
in the kind of space that we have downstairs, we have nearly
He's amazing.
wall-to-wall coverage, which is really impressive and is not something that is common. It's
Oh,
certainly
dude,
a
this
step
game
up
is gonna be
from
incredible.
a few cameras
Yeah.
set up in a boardroom.
This game is going
With
to be
our
actually
setup,
incredible.
we can push even further on our ambition of bringing through as much of our actors' performances as possible into the game, even down to the most nuanced of movements.
So when you've got a optical system like ours set up and calibrated well, you can track performers' movements down to the millimeter. So we can see somebody shuffling their finger along the table or just wiggling them very gently. You can see hesitation and breath. You know, there's no need to push the action and overact. You can just be your character.
I'm here now.
What we want is the best performance possible, the best immersion possible for the player, and that's why we go to these lengths, just to try and get that extra fidelity of performance into the game.
What do you want me to do?
With performance capture being at the heart of our character movement, our props and staging had to facilitate our vision.
I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there is going to be a boat in the game. That boat will have several characters on board. We wanted to be able to capture the motion of a boat across multiple characters simultaneously, and we, for the first time, had the space to be
That
able
guy in the
to,
back, that looks so
to
fun.
construct a proper rig for this. So we had a platform which could be moved in any number of ways to create that kind of pitch and yaw and roll that you would get on the ocean. And we got our actors up onto this boat and captured scene with high waves and a storm, and we got incredible data from really, really amazing. The most important part of my role is to make sure that story gets told, and having these wonderful actors we're working with bring their talents to
Can you
bear on these
imagine that being
characters
your
has
day
been
job?
Such an amazing experience.
Like you go into work, like everyone gets dressed up, and then you just like physically make all of these incredible scenes going into a game like this. It sounds amazing. It's like it's like painting without a canvas or a brush. Like they have to.
My name's Larry Herb, Xbox's
It's just wild. It's
Major
wild.
Nelson.
It's such an interesting,
Welcome,
unique thing.
Welcome to FanFest. I'm excited to be here. So here we go. Let's roll that video.
What's this? Handfest? Sounds exhausting? Yeah, probably, man. Probably. Oh my god. I can only imagine how much footage they take as a ratio of how much they actually use. Why are people telling Cohh to come to Brazil? Because they're probably from Brazil and they love their country. And more power to them. They already talking about Starfield? Nothing yet, but I mean, they did do like a whole Starfield Direct. Speaking of which, if you want to know more about that or you want to see our deep dive, Cohh.tv/Starfield. You got a whole thing up.
Honestly, I've never felt so good to be part of Xbox in my life. I'm just wandering around. I've been talking to people, and everybody is so excited about what's to come.
Oh, they aren't telling me to come to Brazil. They're telling me to get a Brazilian wax.
We really put a lot of emphasis on empowering creative risk, and then there's so much excitement for what we're going to be able to deliver.
It's
going
literally
into
Mr. Booty.
and
I
even
love
games
it.
in 2024 that we haven't talked about yet. So,
hey,
our
by the
mission,
way,
our strategy
this
is to
man
bring
right
the
here,
joy of gaming
Mr.
to everybody,
Booty,
no matter where they want to play,
is
how
on
they wanna
record
play.
saying,
and I just feel, you know, a real responsibility, a real privilege, excitement
that
we get
Starfield
to
is
be
the least
ones
buggy
to build
Bethesda
those
game ever
games that
made.
are going to be at the center of no matter what we do.
There he is. That's him. That's the man. That's the face of the man that has made that claim. Now, granted, least buggy in Bethesda terms is not really, you know, saying a huge amount, but it's still pretty good.
Today, I'll be playing with Kelly, Anita, and Carolina to explore the new multiplayer features Lightyear Frontier has to offer. Good morning. Good morning.
Hydration is required.
Today, we should continue building up the base we started yesterday. We'll need more resources, and it'll be faster if we work together to collect them. Can two of you work?
Now,
on
wait,
that?
this is not the dwarf game. This is the other mech.
Hey, that purple mech looks great.
Building
Thanks. It's my favorite color.
Right?
Dang, the farm looks pretty good with all the grown crops.
There's two mech farming
I'm
building
looking forward
games
to making
coming
the farm even bigger. I'm gonna work on
Carafil now. Thanks for your sub, bud.
and then I'll come down and help you out.
Great. I'll see you in a bit then. What do you want to focus on gathering, you think?
I can
Yeah,
get
which one
wood
is
to
this?
start with, and then you can help me get some aluminum.
I'll get some stone also then. That should cover a lot of what we need for crafting and building. Once we've finished, let's head back and help with the buildings.
Resupply to the rescue!
How's it going up there?
I think I've got a good idea.
Chat is
what I want
aluminium.
things to look like from up here.
Nice.
Oh, there's so many good choices.
And alright.
Oof. But I think that looks good.
Can't wait to see it.
There are loads of aluminium here. They're actually pretty strong, so we can do it faster if we both drill.
Let's
we
work
have enough
together and see what
petrol?
else we can find here.
For the
After we bring
aluminium?
this back, I'll take a look in some other regions to see what materials they have.
I'm done up here, so I'll come join you.
Oh, my inventory is getting full from this harvest. I think we should build some like
This game actually looks
silos,
awesome. I'm totally
crates
gonna
to
play
store
this.
it all.
Cohh is finally
Yeah, we
speaking
should
proper
probably build a
English. You're
fence
right.
around
yeah.
those two as well, so we can protect the harvest.
Great idea. Let's get on it.
Here we go. I'll help with the silos next.
This is totally gonna be a
anyone
cozy
need
game for us.
materials? Because we got a ton of stuff.
It's
Yes,
literally
please, oh my
mech.
gosh.
It's Mech Du Valley
Fantastic.
is what this game is. It's Mech
Do
Du
you
Valley.
want us to start helping you build?
Stardew Valley with mechs.
Yes, please, please, please.
All on it. What do you think of the layout?
Yeah, it looks great to me.
I'm almost done with the fences here.
Hey,
Yeah, what is
everyone,
this game
I
called?
was going for more materials and I found some ruins over there.
Really?
Jump in your mechs and come see this.
Titanfall Valley? I don't think that's what it's
wow,
called.
what is this?
Lightyear
that.
Frontier.
This is so
cool.
That door
Thank
is huge. Wow.
I wonder what's inside, though.
Tomorrow we should totally find a way to open this. Let's head back to the base and see what we can do.
I did DA 186. I did see that. It doesn't quite answer my question about the RPG stuff, but I did see that, yeah. We were talking about that earlier. Do I have that bookmarked? That's on Steam, isn't it? Let's see. Oh, I don't.
Giddy, giddy, go, go, let's look alive.
Another crab game? Dude, crab games are an entire genre now. I don't know what this game is, but I want to play it immediately. Oh, this is the Satisfactory game. Oh, I want this game so bad. This is the Chrono Trigger game. Unfortunately, it comes out like in the middle of August. Whoa, what is this? What is Harold Halliday? Galactic Care? It's Team Hospital.
Welcome.
Dude, they need to slow down on these. Hold on. Yeah, what is Harold Halibut? There it is. This is cool. Sorry, Miller. Oh, what was that? What was that cat game called? Little Kitty Big City?
Every year in our showcase, there's one game that kind of pops for me, something I'm very interested in. This year, we got to announce 33 Immortals from Thunder Lotus. And I'm here now with Stefan and Will to walk through a demo of the game, which I've never played before. First time. We have 33 people online, incredibly excited about this. So we're going to jump in?
All right, let's jump in. Let's start playing.
33 Immortals is a co-op action roguelike for 33 players. You play a damned soul who must rebel against God's final judgment. So there are 3 of us here today on stage, 3 upstairs, and 27 people joining us from Montreal in the studio. Hi, everyone.
And we are ready. That's us. Everybody's spawning in.
That's us.
This is 33-player multiplayer.
Yeah.
Not a normal number of characters for a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
How did you come up with 33 players?
We were searching for a significant number where we can all play on the screen.
Yeah.
We stay together on the screen, so 33 felt good. 32 felt good. But as the game is inspired by the Divine Comedy, the medieval poem from Dante Alighieri, written in the 14th century. And this poem has 3 sections: Inferno, Purgatorio, Paradiso. Each section has 33 chapters. And so we say, oh, let's do 33 players.
I love it.
33 Immortals.
Man, I love what you said, Will, that when you guys started this game, there weren't even 33 people at the studio, so you didn't have enough people in the studio to fill out the full roster of the game.
Yeah.
It's just such an awesome point.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge when you're trying to do that.
I love it.
Okay, so no 2 runs are the same. We're actually spawning in a different position, a different situation. We are in the cemetery. If you hold the left trigger, the world map is going to show up. And we can see that we are 33 right now, actually, in Inferno, but we are scattered around the world.
Oh, we're not all in the same place.
Yeah, because we all have to complete torture chambers.
Got it.
To make the game progress.
Okay.
And
torture
we are
chambers?
located at the southwest of Inferno.
Yeah.
And so the closest torture chambers is to the east.
Okay.
So let's go there.
Got it.
Okay, let's continue down south towards the first torture chambers. This one, I have a good feeling for it.
The soundtrack, what's going on? The music's kind of cool.
Thank you. This is Max LL, who's actually done the music on all of our games.
And you're in Montreal?
We are in Montreal, yes.
Close to one of our XGS studios in Compulsion.
Yes.
It's also in Showcase.
Yes.
I love the community of game creators in Montreal.
Absolutely. It's always important to be well surrounded and all that, so.
We didn't talk about your first game, Spiritfarer.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you, yeah.
It was great.
Now, as you can see, this is not Spiritfarer.
No, but like, how do you think about that from a studio standpoint, having such, I mean, I would say they're stylized games, but outside of that, very different games.
We're not worried about,
I love how they're faced each other,
Our
but they're
goal is
looking
really
at
to just
TVs
try and
behind,
make
so it looks like they're
unique,
having a
immersive,
conversation
creative
like through
experiences
each
that
other.
Players love and that they want to play for.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
This guy who's getting out of my.
They're like sitting right
comfort
next to each
zone
other and
sometimes.
not looking at each other while they're talking to each other.
What do we do?
So we have completed a torture chamber, so we have achieved
Oh, dude,
first
Phil's
step
the
in
best.
I got left
I
behind.
love Phil.
That's what you're saying.
Defying God, yeah.
Oh, they're back on us.
Whoa. Well, we gotta face the wrath of God.
Careful.
Oh
no.
Dash, dash, dash.
Casually saying, now we gotta face the wrath of God.
I can't. I have like 0 health. New torture. No, I gotta get out of here.
Where are you?
Well, why weren't they in the torture chamber trying to help us?
Okay.
Okay, these range.
God is getting angry.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're getting hammered right now. Okay.
Come on.
Okay, here's a guy. Can you revive me? Revive me.
Yeah. Just stop moving. That's good. One up.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm up.
Okay. Oh.
Thank you.
Oh no. Oh, run. Oh, this is the holy fire.
What is this?
Oh, one
holy fire.
One nose.
Now we're in holy fire?
Yeah. The wrath of God.
Okay, I'm ahead of it.
Okay, so we unlock the Ascension battle. So that's the last battle.
Here, can we get this? Can people jump in my heels?
Yeah. I'm in. Oh.
I tried to do the heal.
Nobody
Show
knows
me
what
the
they're
wandering
doing.
soul.
Save me, please.
I'm like a zombie.
Maybe someone.
Did I mention I'd never played before?
I was gonna say, let's make that. Yeah.
Oh no, I died too. Oh my.
Okay, hopefully the team can carry us.
But we are not alone.
There's a lot of enemies in this small space.
Gonna try to not move.
Okay.
Don't move, and hopefully someone is going to be able to revive you. Okay, good.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm up.
I'm in. Okay.
Back.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, thank you.
So
This looks very chaotic.
I think it's my last.
All right.
And it's a little telling that Phil has like no idea what's
We
going
did
on.
it?
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So now we've ascended.
Yeah.
That was first chapter of first book. Is that how I should think about it?
Yeah.
It's the first world, so it's Inferno.
Yeah.
Each region has its whole big set of challenges and everything.
And this is all on the map.
And its final boss fight.
That's what this is. Well, since we've basically come through unscathed so far, this should be easy.
Okay.
You saved us from having to kill the final boss.
All right.
It's a bit of a tease.
I like it. Well, best of luck to you and the team and everything that's going on. Can't wait for this game to come out. I won't ask for the date because I know that's unfair. But it was great to have in the show and great for you to come down and we got the opportunity to play. So thank you for that.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for
I've
watching.
actually really liked this show
Showcase
so far. This is
Extended.
a
I love these
different
opportunities to
format.
show more about everything that you saw in the showcase itself. Thanks to everybody that supported us and have a great week. Thanks, everybody.
Always good to see Phil having fun. It's very genuine. I agree. Is that the whole thing? Oh, that's the whole thing. Okay. That was fun. That was a fun show. That was totally worth watching. I love the Cyberpunk stuff. Love the Avowed stuff. Saw a few games I don't think I'd seen anywhere else. I think that was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Yeah, unfortunately no Fable gameplay. That was kind of a thing. That was good. I feel like the main show was like the super big hype show, and then like this is kind of like the come down show. A little bit more in depth on some of the titles, and a little more chill. That was cool. Another good show. All right, I don't have a super long amount of time left today, so I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I will be back though for a third stream this evening. We'll be back probably on twitch.tv/Cohh, our cozy channel. We're gonna be doing tonight, I think we're gonna do some demos tonight. I think we're gonna try Wizard with a Gun first, and then maybe Mob Factory, and then maybe Broken Roads. I don't know if we're gonna complete all the demos, but we're gonna check them out. And these are some of the demos of the games that we have heard or were released over the last few days, and we can see how that is. So should be good. Tomorrow morning, I will also be back at ADMET for something. I've already had some people whisper me and to see if I would play some more Diablo 4, which I'm happy to do. Because I know that there's new drops apparently now that some Diablo 4 members of our community want to get, so we may do that for a little bit. And then we've got Remnant. I think we're going to be starting Remnant at some point soon. I do want to play through the original Remnant again, because that game is amazing. And I want to play that and do that too. So we've got a lot of stuff. System Shock I want to bring back too. Maybe some more Street Fighter. We got a bunch of stuff to do. New Layers of Fear on Thursday. That's right. We also have Final Fantasy around the corner. We got Dave the Diver coming up. We've got all the things to do. So anyway, I'm out of here for now. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys later for more fun and games. Thanks, y'all.